Okay, it is Monday, September 22nd, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the Student Tully Lively Boardroom of the 1887 building. And I'd like to start out our meeting with a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Mr. Tadlock, would you take roll call, please?
Mr. Andre.
Here.
Mayor Gordon.
Here.
Mrs. Ingersoll.
Here.
Mrs. Costa.
Here.
Mrs. Recluse.
Here.
Mr. Scarrow.
Here.
Mrs. Vaughn.
Here.
Mr. Grieving.
Here.
And Ms. Krakowski.
Here. Okay, this meeting has been noticed per state statutes. And we do like to provide a time at the beginning for community participation. I did receive one card to do so. Typically I read a statement about, making sure that your comments are, that you take personal risk if any of your comments are defamatory or slanderous, but knowing who is coming up to speak, I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that. So Mrs. Reberg, would you feel free to come on?
Thank you. Giving me the time to do this. I just wanted to personally thank everyone here. It has been, quite a difficult week or so, and I've kept it together, but of course, coming to say thank you, I'm having a hard time. Just amazing support, and thank you to each and every one of you that took the time to be there for me personally, for my family, for just leading with so much faith and generosity. And I honestly can't think of a better place to be. And occasionally people would have asked me, like, over the years, oh, you went back for principalship, and might you think about going to different districts? There's only so many positions, and has always been, this is my home and this is where my heart is. And it's very evident over the last week why I've said that, just the amount of parents and school board members and district employees, and I just I've really held it together so well just because of the support of everyone around me here. And I just can't thank you enough for everything that you did. I know I stayed off of all social media platforms. So the little bit I got from, my family filling me in, or my kids saying like, oh, so-and-so is making this post and it's so great to support you, Mom. I didn't even know you, I didn't know that you knew this person. And I said, well, I don't in some cases. And it was just an incredible experience, even though it was a terrible one at the same time. A little irony there, I know, but it was just all of you that got me through, and all of this community that got me through, and the kids each day and their wonderfulness, right? Coming up and giving me hugs and saying, that's for my mom and dad, or, we're proud of you, Mrs. Reberg. And it's really a cool thing. So I'm glad that we could learn lessons at the same time, right? Like, that's what we're all about, and coming together as an educational unit and learn from, others' experiences, and hopefully, all ends up working out really well. So I apologize, I got a little bit worked up, but as I thought about it, I'm just like, oh, it's just incredible. There's the support that I felt the entire time. So thank you for helping me through all of that. And thank you for every post sent and every I got your back kind of a situation. And I'm just incredibly grateful. So thank you.
Well, you are more than welcome. I was actually going to just state as well how much the board was appreciative of Mr. Tadlock and the rest of the administrators that took the time, because it was very time consuming to deal with, and no fault of yours. You were a complete innocent victim in all of it, and I'm sorry that happened to you. Mr. Tadlock said several times that if something like this had to happen, it couldn't have happened to a better person, because you were so gracious and you were so just understanding and going with the flow, which you didn't have to be. I don't know that I would have reacted with as much grace, and I just think you did an amazing job the way that you presented yourself. to the rest of the community, to on air, on camera. You did a wonderful job. We always have your back. And yes, I was super grateful to our administration for the way they handled it, because it was a very difficult situation for everybody involved, and there's probably a lot that happened behind the scenes that you're not even aware of. So, anyway,
So,
thank you as well.
thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to our Avid overnight travel request.
Thank you for letting us come in yet again. Of course. Yeah, seeking approval for our overnight campus visit. We are looking to go on October 15th and 16th. We are planning to visit 4 different schools, Platteville, UW-Madison, Madison College, and then Edgewood University. So just trying to pick a variety of schools, locations, campus sizes, 2-year, 4-year, public, private, just to kind of give them a nice look at some different campuses. You can keep going, sorry.
All right.
I skipped ahead of you. Yep, that's where we're headed. Hopefully, you can go to the next one.
Have you always done 4?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, we do 2 the one day and 2 the next day.
okay, got it.
So 31 students will be attending, 4 chaperones. Our itinerary is linked there if you want to know like the minute to minute. We got it all very scheduled out. It's a long 2 days, but it's a good 2 days. And it's $0 cost to the students because we do fundraising. So we cover their meals, their hotel, the bus, all that.
So this trip affords a lot of benefits for our juniors who go in a variety of ways, and it's kind of unique to every student what they get out of this trip. They're able to see 4 schools, 4 kind of different types of schools, sizes of schools. Getting on campus really can help with the decision making as far as where they're thinking about going in future year. It helps them at those particular schools, hear about the programs that are offered, be able to maybe see into some classrooms, see some of the cool facilities that are there, things they might get involved with besides just academics. They really get to immerse themselves in the college experience. I think it's nice that we can go during the school year when there are kids on campus. I think that's cool to see. And we often, when we go to the school, we'll see Elkhorn alumni who are at the school. So I think that's cool. It helps them to understand the costs associated with the schools, kind of to be able to compare 4 schools as they go to them over the course of 2 days. They learn about the application process, which is great heading into their junior year, and then next year, senior year, it kind of sets them up to be ready for that process that we take them through. And it really just helps them get excited. They're able to spend some time strengthening their bonds within our AVID program and just build excitement about what their future plans might be, considering options they might not have considered. We often will have students who maybe they are not currently considering college as an option. They may be considering taking a gap year or going into a trade or just starting a job right after high school. But we encourage them to have multiple options because we all know that life never knows what's going to happen. We don't know what life is going to throw at us. And so this helps them investigate more than one option to consider that they might not have thought of. So today we brought 4 of our current seniors who went on the field trip last year so they could just briefly share about some things they got out of the field trip. So I'll let them go.
My name is Kaden Welch. So I was pretty nervous to start this field trip. I mean, in high school, obviously there's cliques and stuff. So I mean, I obviously haven't talked to everyone in Avid. So I was pretty nervous to start going on this trip, especially with like room situations and like getting to know people I don't really usually talk to, but over the trip, it was actually I've never seen it before, like how much students have interacted with each other. There was no really like friend groups, like we even had this joke, like it's like an avid family, like we really were like really close over the field trip, like instead of all going into our separate rooms with our friends, we all went to the pool and like hung out with each other, and it was really cool to see the connections that we all built. I talked to people I never really talked to before, so I think the trip's really unique for that aspect of it.
Hi, I'm Autumn Reynolds. I think the most impactful thing for me was I've never really considered going to a school in Wisconsin. Like I've always been like I'm going out of state, like no matter what. So it's like that's still kind of where I'm at, but like with this trip, I was able to see like I mean obviously we could only see 4 schools, but like throughout that I was able to see like oh at least one of these schools does fit what I want to do. So it's like no matter what, I have something I can fall back on if I end up not being able to afford going out of state or just not being able to like it's just not like a fit for me anymore. Like I know that there's somewhere here that I like can go, and I think that was just really important for me.
Well,
Hi, I'm Sam Morgan, and I think for me, the most important thing that I got out of this is I'm such a busy person. I have like 2 jobs, I'm like in 5 clubs. So I don't really have time to make time for myself to go out and tour these campuses like I want to. But I think Avid gave me the opportunity that was like within school time to go and visit these campuses that I was interested in. So I think that's what I got out of it most. And kind of touching on what Kaden was talking about, this is the most that I've ever talked to my Avid family. And I've been in Avid since I was in middle school.
wow.
So honestly, it just was a whole different vibe. Like everyone was just in the moment living rather than just being in a classroom, just talking like we normally would be within a high school class. But honestly, it was just such a connection that I didn't get anywhere else.
I think everyone else touched base on what I was going to say. I'm Elena Tunis. I think I'm in the same boat. I love Wisconsin, but I do not like the cold weather. Weather is just not for me. So, but I really did like the variety of schools that we went to. Madison was a really good school because it was big, and I like a bigger school now that I've went to those schools. I thought I would like Platteville more, but I did like the kind of crazy like fast tempo kind of pace during those moments, and I really like that environment because it keeps me going. And just like it was a really good experience. I mean, just seeing the style, seeing the environment, seeing all those things, especially the programs. We got to go into the engineering rooms, we got to see the classrooms, we got to go into some of the labs, we saw robots, right? And that was really, really fun. And like everyone said, we got to connect with each other a lot more. Even when we went back to our hotel, like Kaden said, we all really connected really well. So it was a super good experience, and it looks good on the transcript. So
Very cool.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Real quick, did you guys decide where you are going next year? Are you going to Florida Gulf Coast?
No, unfortunately, I am not. I have applied at Ole Miss, Liberty, and Arkansas. So
Nice.
I did all my directed bit stuff, but I think my top 2 choices are like Madison or Columbia and Chicago.
Okay, so for those that don't know, the directed admit would be any university in the state of Wisconsin. Okay,
I applied to Grand Canyon University, Arizona Culinary Institute, and Johnson & Wales so far, and I got accepted into Grand Canyon and Arizona Culinary Institute.
I filled out all my direct admit forms, and I'm going to start applying to San Jose State University.
Alright.
In California.
Very cool. I'm a Liberty grad, so
really,
yeah, so if you ever want to talk about the school, I'm happy to do that.
I would love to.
Right here. So, well, wonderful. It was great to hear from all of you. I love that, even though none of you seem to like be applying to any of these schools or Wisconsin schools, I love that it was a really positive experience for you and that you found value in it. So,
And I think some of them are, like when they say they filled out their direct admit forms,
yeah,
that allows them to be able to apply to multiple Wisconsin
Sure.
schools, and they're already accepted.
Yep.
So some of them
Got
have
it.
done that in addition to
Okay.
because they might be applying out
Got
of
it.
state.
The direct admit form like includes both Platteville and Whitewater, and those
Yeah.
are 2 of the schools that we did go to last year. So
great. Awesome. So do you just take the juniors and seniors or just
the juniors.
just the juniors?
Yes.
Okay,
We do a day trip with the freshmen and the sophomores, like our freshmen usually go to Waukesha County Technical College. and then
Okay.
We have been taking our sophomores to Parkside, and then the junior year, cause it, you know, it's right in their forefront, like at junior year. So we try to do the 4 schools then. And we know not all our kids are gonna go to those 6 schools, but they at least get an idea of what they like or don't like on a campus.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? Okay,
I'll
now
move to approve the Avid overnight pep request as presented.
I'll second.
it's been, it's been motioned and seconded to, sorry, I totally lost where I am. To approve the overnight travel request from FFA.
Nope.
Oh, I'm sorry, from Avid. And just looking, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm
Motion.
all in favor, say aye. Aye. Aye, opposed. Okay, motion passes. Sorry, I'm not feeling well.
Thank you.
Thank
Good luck.
you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, looking to have our FFA overnight travel request presentation.
All right, good evening, everyone. Those of you who do not know me, my name is David Cruz. I'm one of the agriculture inspectors and FFA advisor, stationed at the high school. So one of the things, every year you get a chance to see me is that, I come with a list of our overnight events. The FFA, one of the neat parts is that we have a pretty extensive infrastructure of opportunities for our students to help them develop their career exploration, their personal growth, their leadership skills. And so the nice part is that they have that pretty well laid out, so I can come to you every year and hopefully cover all the topics that we've planned. When you choose our activities, we try to choose our activities based off of where our students are and to meet their needs, whether it's from a leadership conference and leadership development type approach, or if it's student activities or contests or competitions. We try to match it up to where those students are with the group of students that we have. So I'll go through these. I won't spend a lot of time on these, but you've seen these. If we go through them in a chronological concept, our first one is coming up is the National FFA Convention. Again, that's it's difficult to explain the impact of that experience. If you talk to graduates who have gone through our ag program and talk about the FFA convention, many of them will talk about it as by far one of their most, one of their favorite experiences from a career exposure standpoint and understanding the cool network that's in the ag industry, which is a great concept. Of late, part of the neat part is that each of the last few years, we've had students being recognized in different ways. So this year, we have 2 of our students who are earning the American FFA degree, which is the highest level of membership that our students can receive. But also one thing that's in my 30 years here, it's the first time that we've had one in my time here. And to be honest, I don't know how to track it, but we have our first ever selection to the National FFA Honors Band. And so Ava Nelson, one of our graduate members, was selected to that process. We've had people apply before, but she is our first selection. So the cool part again is that we give a chance, our students get a chance to apply their talents and skills in a way that a lot of people may not necessarily think of. So again, we're excited for that. And the other item is our adult extension of our group, our FFA alumni and supporters organization. They are a finalist. We don't know quite the results yet, but they are going to be recognized as being one of the outstanding FFA alumni chapters at the national level as well. So again, some neat things. We're very fortunate. We're very thankful for that group that's been able to support us all those years. But those are some neat things that we have coming up. The next ones, if you look at the next few, are an assortment of leadership conferences. So we have a series in November. We take freshmen, sophomores. Their theme is just to help them become a little bit more self-aware. Who are they and the types of things that they want to be able to do and what kind of impact do they want to have. And then for the juniors and seniors, their curriculum for those workshops are more about how do you now take that self-awareness and how do you make an impact on your community and how do you bring that stuff back home and take on some of those leadership roles. In January, we were able to take 2 of our FFA officers from our leadership team. They meet with the other 200 and some FFA chapters, and they get a chance to kind of do kind of a mid-year reboot. I'm sure it's called halftime. Hey, we're halfway through. What do we do next and how do we help each other out as part of that? If you go to the next pages, one of the things we've started going to late, and it's actually turned out to be a phenomenal opportunity, is we've been participating in the Wisconsin FFA Day on the Hill. It happens of late. It's been happening when we also have a one of our in-service days, but the concept is that we take students and they sit down, we teach them how the concept of advocacy, and we have them interact with decision makers, and they sit down and have a meeting, and it's been neat to hear them when they sit down with those with those legislators or their staff members, the pride that they have in talking about their ag program and what they've been doing. It's been a really rewarding experience to watch them, because they get a chance to kind of share their pride in that. In March, we have one which is designed more for our middle school members, Edge Leadership Conference. And then our next two in April are some of our contests that we may have students participate in. And full disclosure, I don't know if those teams have not been formed yet, but there is potential. There are some contests that are only offered at the UW River Falls campus. And then there is one, excuse me, that kind of blew up. And then the other one is a neat contest is the Wisconsin Envirothon in Roushel. So those are two ones which, just based off distance, it's a little difficult to do those in a day trip and compete and do those. So we have those. And then that takes us again already to June, which would be our State of Faith Convention in Madison. Again, normally and there's from 8 to 12 to 15. It's really based off of the results and how things turn out. So again, nothing new in regards to that, but again, we're very excited for the award's recognition. We've got a great leadership team that's been working hard already in the first few months to kind of get things laid out for our chapter. But I guess I'm open to any questions that you may have.
The American degree candidates, were they state candidates at one, or were they?
Yes, yep.
The state?
Yep, they have to get the American degree, they have to earn our two local levels, and then the Wisconsin FFA degree. And then if they have to be at least 1 year out of high school, then they can apply for the American FFA degree. And it's a combination of in the ag education world, we're called them supervised agricultural experience. So it's a work-based learning experience component, leadership, community involvement, kind of if they are dabbling in a little bit of everything that the ag education program offers. It's kind of full package.
Are you driving down to anything?
We share a bus with most of the other Walworth County FFA chapters. Yes, we'll be traveling with Delvin, East Troy, Badger. Who am I missing? Us. Oh, and then we do have Clinton also rides with us as well.
That's great that you can collaborate.
It's
I'm sure
it is good collaboration. It helps the cost, but it is, I didn't realize at the time, but as I've gotten older, no, more veteran in my status. It is neat because for a while we didn't realize it, but in Walworth County is that we've had a lot of longevity. So as the ag teachers, we've been able to, students do great getting along. They love getting along with each other, but it's also for as ag teachers, to be honest, it's probably some of the best professional development we have, just because we are hanging out for 5 days and chatting and helping each other out.
That's great. Beautiful. Okay, looking for a motion to approve.
I move to approve the FFA overnight travel request. That was presented.
Second.
So moved and seconded to approve the FFA overnight travel request. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Who do they have for the concert this year?
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask me and I forgot. Well, the race for the concert tickets is Wednesday night. And I don't remember, sorry. Yeah, so it's Wednesday, we will all 6,000 ag teachers are gonna try to crash Ticketmaster and try to get it.
Lucas Oil Stadium will have the concert and it's sold out.
Wow.
Every time they do the convention.
Oh, really?
How many kids, about
We'll
60
be
plus
about
70,000?
70,000 people.
Oh, my
Yeah, so it is the largest annual convention of any sort, so.
That's amazing.
And imagine downtown Indianapolis with 60,000 teenagers.
Yeah.
In corduroy jackets.
You can tell us, we are relatively well behaved. They're
I
usually,
asked
they're
the
pretty surprised by.
favorite convention because they don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do things that the adults do at conventions. Yeah.
Might be different. We'll certainly hope they're not, yes, yeah. Again, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, well, we have the regular closed session school board meeting for September 8th. Yeah, no, they don't need to be done separately. Yeah,
I'll move to approve the minutes of the September 8th, 2025 regular and closed session school board meeting as presented.
I'll second.
been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the September 8th, 2025 regular and closed session school board meeting. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Andre,
Yes.
Eric Gordon,
Yes.
Mrs. Ingersoll,
Abstain.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mrs. Reckles,
Yes.
Mr. Scarrow,
Yes.
Mrs. Vaughn,
Yes.
Mr. Grieving,
Abstain.
and Ms. Krakowski.
Yes.
Abstain.
Yeah, I forgot.
Because you're in closed session.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't in closed session, so you have to abstain. I apologize, I should have had them separated. It's okay. Okay, moving on to general and
Oh,
other, I'm sorry, what?
I clicked the wrong link. There you go. Sorry.
General and other fund bills. Mr. Earl prepared, some probable voucher questions for you, and go ahead and
All right, the
present.
business office offers for approval the following US bank check numbers 155,689 and 155,690. BMO check numbers 160,370 to 160,470. Wire numbers 382 to 383. ACH numbers 165 to 217 for a total of $480,415.98. Any questions?
I emailed you,
Yes.
but it was like right at the beginning of the meeting.
Yep.
Cause I got caught up in the conversation, so yeah, just a couple that I just didn't know what they were, like
So
FTG services.
FTG services is psych services that we personal service out, and it's mostly for CCA and options. And so I think that's one of not having on-site. I think it's one of those paid services that we have. And I'm pretty sure the ladies in Williams Bay who did contract through.
And then,
Book Shark and Apex Learning, I'm pretty sure that both of those are online curriculum for options.
Yeah, and more than just options uses the Apex Learning. The middle school also uses Apex Learning in the high school, but.
And the Apex Learning is Edmentum, right? Is that what the?
Edmonton, it could be, but that's the Apex is the online curriculum, one of the online curriculum platforms that we use. You pay per seat for the student.
And the Johnson Controls CDM, that is the final payment for programming. The CDMs as part of that upgrade.
what's CDMs?
That's what I just got from Mr. Dadka. I'd have to get back to you on what CDM.
Okay.
It's what they were that the fire suppression system, was that the last big
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll get back to you on what CDM, actually. I'll follow up with an email tomorrow.
Okay.
Is that all?
And then I had a general question that was on your voucher, you had mentioned that, shoot, what was the better name? Sound Specialty, I think, that, the cost came in $7,000 less than the original $50,000 estimate.
Yeah. So that was,
But I thought, and
I think
that was,
I misreported the original estimate.
yeah, cause I thought
I
that was
think I said
originally
it was
like 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 50.
Okay.
So-
and that's in the original email from Mr. Dadka, he put that's gonna cost about 50. That was the same time that we were doing the tennis courts, and I think we had.
I think I
we had
got it.
Yeah, there were-
multiple chunks of
Yeah, they
information
were,
that-
okay, all right, and I kind of remembered us talking about that before, but I.
But you were correct 2 weeks ago.
I may have been
Understand.
first, I don't remember if I said the tennis courts were 50 and that sounds.
I thought they were both 25, but regardless, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Those are my questions. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, but I was wrong on that original quote, so he was quite pleased when it came in
Less.
under, yeah. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that's more than I thought it was. My fault, not his. But, yeah.
I have a question.
Nick Dadka just messaged me, CDM is what we replaced with the energy grant money.
Okay,
That doesn't,
That doesn't answer what CDM is.
No.
and if we replaced it with the grant money, then why did we still show up 72 grand?
Well, we still have to make the
Make-
payment.
Okay.
Yeah, but we
Oh,
have revenue to
Right, like,
offset.
Oh, okay, so we had revenue to offset, okay.
Yeah.
I have a question on the committee for children and what is the second step curriculum? I'm not really understanding what all that is.
Second step is the bullying and harassment curriculum they moved to from the old days, so they just updating.
Oh,
And so we had a approved curriculum, so second step is that anti-bullying harassment curriculum that we shifted to from old days, because they kind of went defunct or were outdated.
got it.
So
So
what was
committee
the
for
other
children
one?
is just the name of the vendor that
Yeah.
provides the curriculum.
That's correct.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm interested to understand how they build empathy. Because empathy is different than sympathy. You can help build sympathy, but I'm not sure how you build empathy. But that was an interesting choice of words.
let's see, the CVM is the vents. It's the controls that open and close the vents for the airflow,
Oh, okay,
and
so to go back, sorry.
70 out of our 110 of them were not functioning properly.
Oh,
So
that's a lot.
Thank you.
thank you.
Does anybody have any other questions? Okay. Seeing none, then looking for a motion to approve.
I move to approve the general and Novae fund bills of September 22nd, 2025, BMO check numbers 160370 to 160470. US Bank check numbers 155689 and 155690. Wire numbers 382 and 383, and ACH numbers 165 to 217, and the combined amount of $480,415.98 as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the general and other fund bills of September 22nd, 2025, BMO check numbers 160370 to 160470, US Bank check numbers 155689 and 155690. Wire numbers 382 and 383, and ACH numbers 165 to 217, in a combined amount of $480,415.98. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, we're moving on to our transportation contract with Durham.
This is the updated contract that we tabled and took back to Durham to have them finish completing those areas that have been left out.
What was this tabled at the last meeting?
At the last
He was at the last meeting, there's several blanks.
Got it.
And
And I'm assuming that the transportation committee met on this? Or
This
No,
was an
that's not-
updated,
this was,
this was updated from what we had discussed based on changes when we moved routes around.
oh, got
right,
it.
so we need to.
Yeah, so the
collapse that
transportation
change.
city had met originally
Yes.
for the first contract. They went back, and actually this is a reduced amount because there were midday runs that got collapsed due to our low numbers in Puerto.
And when there's like a 5% difference or whatever, then
Then
they
they,
have to redo
So
the
they have to-
contract,
Right.
okay?
So our original year to year savings was like 154,000, and after they increased their rates $41 a route,
Yeah,
we still saved an additional $62,000 by collapsing
okay,
like the special ed routes. I think it was a lot of the special ed routes during the day, so
okay.
that's what this represented. And it was updated, and that should be full.
The missing, there were some
Yes.
blanks and there was.
And I had to send it back one more time. even
Oh,
after.
oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for paying attention to that,
Yeah.
guys.
There were some that were just really obvious, so.
I agree.
We're good.
Yeah, as I was looking through this, and maybe this is a discussion for another time, I don't know, but how do we get away from just continually increasing by 3% and 4%? Like when it's based on a percentage, I mean, it's eventually gonna get out of control. Like, how are we? I'm just projecting that out over 5 years. Because as you increase the number and then you add another 3% or you add another 4%, the number just gets astronomically huge.
It's part of our challenge that we have is. We don't have a. Way to cap some of those inflationary costs, same with utilities, same with health insurance.
Yeah,
Same with, so it's either you're reducing services because our revenues don't keep up with the inflationary
Right.
costs. So, going out to bid, making sure that we're staying within market, which they have very well been within that market. Even if the district owned our own buses and did our own transportation, we'd still have, wage increases for staff. And, bus, the replacement cost increases, the service cost increases, and unfortunately, they're just not. In line with what our inflationary revenue is.
right.
And so I hate to say it, I know that people are feeling the pain from a reduction in services. This year, but absent having revenues that keep up with these type of inflationary costs, that's. Continual reduction of services either here or elsewhere to make
Yeah.
up the difference.
Yeah,
But you're right, it is alarming when we have all those fears that we have very limited to no cost control other than reducing services.
yeah. So am I understanding correctly that this is a 5-year contract?
We
Or is
renewed,
it-
yes, we renewed this last spring, we renewed for an additional 5 years. Yeah. But either party can terminate the contract with notice and. I don't recall the number of days, it was less than a year's notice if I recall correctly.
So if in 3 years we want to go out to bid again,
They'd have to give notice of
you'd have to give notice.
terminating the contract, yeah. Likewise, they could, if they feel like, hey, inflationary costs are such, we're not making our margins, they could terminate the contract.
Got it.
That's why that 5%
Yep.
that you talked about
Yeah,
is built in.
okay. All right, looking for a motion to,
I move to approve the transportation contract with Durham School Services as presented.
I'll second it.
it's been moved and seconded to approve the transportation contract with Durham School Services. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. All right, now we have a report from our student representative.
I wanna tell, we made it, we threw them a curveball this last week
Okay.
for their presentation, yeah. Good work, students. Oh.
Yeah, we had a little bit of trouble finding some photos and stuff just from all the stuff going on online. But I figured it out. So starting with the high school, we definitely have a lot going on. These last few weeks, homecoming announcements are starting to go out. That'll be next week. But last week we had the FFA field trip where a bunch of the 3rd graders, I believe, came from the different elementary schools, and Mr. Cruz was actually leading that, which was pretty awesome. And then we also had our Elkhorn volleyball team. They went to Madison and watched a volleyball game instead of practice that day. And then there was the swim elk invite. And then we also had
an activity day where basically students kind of just take, I believe it was about an hour or so, and kind of went to different classrooms and learned about a bunch of different clubs or different extracurriculars, which I think is definitely a really important day in our school. And then you can also sign up or you can really just learn more about a club. But I think it's a really good opportunity that we have. And then we also had all of our class meetings, so like the freshman, sophomore, junior class, they all had their first meetings. And then the one acts, which is like a play that we have during homecoming, those practices are starting to go on. And we also had another little field trip. We had some students in science classes go on a little canoeing field trip. Which is actually pretty awesome because they took like some samples from the water and like the pH of that. I'll get ahead of it. It was actually pretty cool.
Which lakes did they go to?
It
Is that
is-
Lauderdale?
No, it's actually,
Is it Pleasant Lake?
no, I think it's in like McGuanago.
Oh, that was probably
Do
Phantom
you know
Lake.
Max?
I didn't go on it, no. Phantom Lake is.
I know we went last year, though, and we took a bus like 20-30 minutes out, but it was pretty cool to see. And then over at the middle school today, actually, the sixth graders had their field trip at Timberley. And they have some opportunities there, like, they can go canoeing or you do like zip lining. It's really just a bunch of cool opportunities there. And then there was also the first PTO dance, which they had outside. And from what I've seen, there is a lot of students that attended, which is really good to see. And then there was also sorry, there was a cross country meet with over 600 runners.
Oh,
And then-
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the one in Janesville?
I'm pretty sure Elkhorn was it.
Oh, Elkhorn posted it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, a bunch of
There's
just like,
18 schools,
Wow.
I believe.
yeah. And then over at Jackson, they have their upcoming walkathon, which is the 12th anniversary this year, and that will be on September 24th. And all of the students are actually able to participate, but with like parent and community donations, all of the proceeds will like go back to the school, and the PTA can use them for field trips, assemblies, classroom activities. Then there's also the Halloween family night that's coming up, and that has like a trunk or treat, which students and families can go to. And then over at Tibbetts, there was 2 field trips that they actually had. The kindergarteners visited the apple barn, and then there was those third graders who came to the adventures tour. And there was also like a horse and some goats there, which a lot of them really loved. And then on September 19th, they had a class color day where each grade level kind of dressed up in a different color, which led into that night's back to school bash, which had some food trucks and music and some games that were all in the playground.
So at West Side, Mrs. Bellenthal then kicked off her first unit soccer for physical education. Which is just like kind of fun to see what they're doing. I don't always take PE, but kind of cool. Southern Lakes Church donated to the West Side Health Room. They donated underwear, leggings, sweatpants, and socks. And then West Side also had some grade level teaching teams and some new hires come in. For options, the school year at Options is off to a fantastic beginning. They kicked things off with a fun fall picnic at Sunset Park where families connected and students got excited for the year ahead. Next week, they will have their first field trip and will take elementary and middle school students to the Milton House. And at high school level, their transition to Canvas, like kind of like a website for like learning and like assignments, modules, has been a huge success. And then finally but not least, the SEC's Associate to Be students started their Future Connections class that focuses on skill building, academic vocabulary, ACT prep, research and debate skills, and novel study. A kind community member wanted to say thanks for their students' hard work at the National Night Out event in August and hired the Los Lupes taco truck to provide lunch for free to their students. Also, their staff worked with Mercy Health to update CPR and AED certifications, and their staff and students also hosted a Red Cross blood drive. And that is it.
Any questions?
Nice job.
Yeah, great job. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to personnel. Mr. Tadlock provided of resignations and appointments.
All right, you'll see one is stricken because they rescinded their resignation and are back with us, but, after we'd already sent out the personnel sheet. We want to thank, Kyle for his service as a high school wrestling assistant coach, and then announce the appointment of Ellen Blair Stover as our middle school head principal. She's replacing Mr. McBurney, who accepted the Director of Special Education and People Services position. Then we have the appointment of Jasmine Huerta, Elizabeth Swake, and Charlotte Wooler.
Great, looking for the motion to approve.
I'll move to approve the personal recommendation sheet for September 22nd, 2025, including new employment contracts, conditioned upon passing the background check and district mandated drug screening as presented.
There a second?
I'll say it. Oh, recording.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the personal recommendation sheet for September 22nd, 2025, including new employment contracts, conditioned upon passing the background check and district mandated drug screening. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Welcome to Elkhorn, for those who are new. As this is where Stauber already started at the middle school.
In ways, so it's gonna be a transition period up through until after homecoming week. So her official
that's right.
move-in date, we'll have her over there starting October 6th is the plan.
Okay,
We introduced her, did a meet and greet with the staff today, and so. Ryan will still be there and doing the
Okay.
Director of Special Education, and
Yep.
Ellen will be spending time in between.
okay,
While we work to fill the associate principal.
sure,
Yeah.
okay.
But we want to get them through that homecoming week
Yeah, I forgot about
and
that.
activities.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, and the school gifts, we've got one gift to present this evening. A huge thanks to Joanne Schaefer, who's donated 15 Gill 410 track hurdles carts valued at $10,875.
Would you do me a favor and just look up the history of the value of what Joanne has donated to the district? It's gotta be a
I'm
stack.
sure it's way more than what she's ever gotten compensated as. a coach.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. I
Did
just
she
would
keep
love to
these
know.
15 at home or? It's a lot for the cafeteria.
She probably purchased them.
No, these are for the hurdle cart for the cafeteria.
These are for carts, yeah.
Cart.
Carts
for the hurdles.
These are for
These
the
are carts
hurdles
for
outside of
hurdles.
the
When you
track.
move the hurdles around.
Yeah,
I understand that,
Oh.
but there are 15 of them.
Yeah,
yes.
Did she keep 15 at home?
Unless it was delivered, it was sure.
Yeah, somebody was going out and guys did one.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I see what you're saying. I think she donated the money to buy them.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think she's like sitting on her home.
No, 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 no.
Every so
I
often.
can see her out there practicing on the hurdles.
Oh, you're in the back. Actually, I have a funny story about that.
I'll move to accept the generous school gifts as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the generous school gifts. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Great, thank you very much, Ms. Schaefer. She's quite remarkable. And we have, I guess for announcements, we're looking to schedule our first legislative committee meeting. Mr. Tedlock emailed me about or I guess emailed all of us about something that was kind of legislative and, asked us to reach out, and I said, this seems like something the legislative committee should be taking care of, so.
So what I'll do is I'll have Jody just reach out and look at time for us to get together. The legislative committee is Adam, Kathy, and Bridget.
Yeah.
So we'll look at, I don't know if scheduling like a short meeting prior to a board meeting or you know, after a board meeting, if that would help to. From dates and availability, but. Cause I know, you know, over a lunch hour doesn't really work for you, and I know Kathy, that was pretty tight too, so, alright.
And then the new key fobs.
Yeah, new key fobs are at your table as we're in the process of redoing the fob system and so forth. The Tibbetts and West Side transition over on those fobs, so your ID cards won't work on those buildings, so these key fobs. Eventually, they'll all be converted over to the one key fob at all.
Okay. Okay,
And then we do have a short closed session.
yes, so looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn to a contemplated closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 19.5, parent 1, parent G. Confer with legal counsel who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the district with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. The school board will not reconvene in an open session.
We have a second.
I'll second.
So moved and seconded to adjourn to contemplated closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 19.85. 1G to confer with legal counsel who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the district with respect to litigation. In which it is or is likely to become involved. We will not reconvene in open session. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Alvin?
Yes.
Eric Gordy?
Yes.
Mrs. Ingersoll?
Yes.
Mrs. Costock?
Yes.
Mrs. Reckles?
Yes.
Mr. Scarrow?
Yes.
Mrs. Vaughn?
Yes.
Mr. Grieving?
Yes.
And Ms. Krakowski?
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Um,
All right, thank you, students, good work.
Right.
Did people email you after I sent that email? Did people email you pictures and stuff? Okay.
Yeah, it helped a lot. I know, I reached out to a couple of people I know, but as soon as you did, I was like,
Did you get some?
yeah.
I'm glad you reached out to me, cause I didn't even.
You're student council president and you.
I'm on like, I guess I'm just like a.
It's called the board member.
Yeah. Board member. I'm on that council, yeah.
Are you a senior?
I'm a senior, yeah.
You're a senior, you're a junior?
Yes.
Awesome. Well,
Have a great week.
happy to have you.
Have a good night.
Yeah, have a great week. Is this weekend homecoming or next weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.